So yeah, let's get into the player ratings. Before the player ratings, though, don't let football ruin your week, mate. You need to separate the football fan from the human, bro. Football's my life. I know there's more important things in life, but nah, I like it this way. Leno, first, give him a 5. You know, nothing didn't have to do much today. I don't think you can blame him for any of the goals. Definitely not the free kick. You know, they weren't his fault in it. You know, he's reacting to Danny Ceballos' mistake. So yeah, man. Leno, I'm giving him a 5. Bellerin, I think Bellerin's a 4 for me. You know what? Yeah, I think Bellerin's a 4 for me. I don't think he got ripped, but I just don't think he was good enough today still, really and truly. I'm gonna give David Luiz. I'm gonna give Luiz a 6 still. Maybe if I watch the game again, I'll give Luiz a 6. In fact, no, that's OTT. I'll give him a 5. I think Luiz was calm today. Can't really watching the game first time, can't really say anything about David Luiz. Gabriel, I think I'll give him a 5. I think he looked a bit suspect, especially when he started getting tight. And this is where I need to see how we coach our players, because you need to be able to get players that are raw, like a 22-year-old centre half, and get these bits out of him. Sometimes he's getting too tight and getting spanned too easily. But I did think I saw him try to fight. I saw him try to continue. So I think a 5 is a good result. I'm going to give Luiz a 6 because I don't think Gabriel and Hughes on the same level. In fact, a 5. But his is a high 5. Yours is just about a 5. You know, Tierney scored, so I'll give Tierney a 6. You know, I'll give him a 6, maybe even a 7. I do think a 7's OTT. If I'm real with you, I'm going to give him a 6. Scored a goal, reacted well, did his thing for the team. Even this is what I mean. When Saka has a bad day, he still stands out. Tierney has a bad day, he still stands out. This is the character of people. You know, shout out to Tierney. Without that goal, we're out. But he did look a bit sloppy today. I did think they were getting down his side more than they would. You know, everyone was poor today, but really and truly. But I'll give him a 6, maybe even a 7 another day. But I can't get caught up in the euphoria of just turning this game around personally. So I think we did all right in defense, man. We did all right. Xhaka, I'm not gonna lie. I think it's a 4. Maybe it's harsh. But from what I saw with Xhaka, I think Xhaka was, because Xhaka's actually been, in my opinion, Xhaka's been doing all right the last few weeks. I think Xhaka was off the pace today and gave the ball away a bit too needlessly. So I give Xhaka a 4. Ceballos, I've got to give Ceballos a 3. Personally, he made a stupid mistake, which someone who has played for Spain, someone who's played for Real Madrid, you shouldn't be able to do that, really. You shouldn't be doing that. And it's upsetting because Ceballos, prior to this, he had 2 good games in the spin. He had 2 good games on the spin. I actually feel until we conceded that free kick, he was looking like he was on a different level, people. And then it's like he never got going. I don't think the free kick was a free kick, but if I take it for base level, people, 2 mad errors, and that's it, man. But it's all right, it has to be that, and he has to hold his hands up, 2 errors that it doesn't mean anything, but that's a big central point. And what I mean by that is, people, in a sense, I don't want Ceballos scapegoated. He made 2 stupid mistakes, but away from those errors, did we do everything to say we walk away with victory in this game at that point? No, we didn't. So what I'm saying is, on one hand, critique him for going out, but critique him for playing poor, but consider all the variables. So you had Ceballos, Odegaard, I'll give a 6. I'm not going to give a 7. I think normally I'm too generous, and I think today I'm not really just focusing on that away game. I'm focusing on the poorness, and I think Odegaard reacted well. I think his passing in the first half, I think he was hiding. Second half, I think he was superb. So I'll give him a 6. I think he stood up to be counted. The players finally started just giving him the ball. I think a 6 is a calm result. I don't quite think it's a 7. For Bukayo Saka, though, he gets a 7, in fact, an 8, because I think without his assist, he was on course to get a 6. He wasn't playing amazing, but he was setting it differently. Either way, he's got 2 assists. He never stopped going, so I give him an 8. For me as well, in fact, before that, Smith Rowe, I think Smith Rowe was quite poor today as well. I'll give Smith Rowe a 4 might be a bit harsh. Smith Rowe, give me a bit of time to think about his people, but I'll give Saka an 8. Who else is up there? Bamian, I'll give you an 8 as well. think he played well today. Don't quite think it's a 9. Then again, I give you a 9. You scored a brace. Scored a brace, really. Scored a brace. Gotta give you a 9 in it, really. I think it's an 8 thing, but I gotta give you a 9, really. I know I'm missing someone else. Smith Rowe, people. I always the way I do the team talk, it gets a bit mad. I'm a bit poor at maths. Just so you know, people, such is how poor I am at maths and reading with things from school days. Like, even with sentences, I could really only read them if they were in formations like this. Like, if you could imagine a line, like it had to be in formations and stuff. But the only one lacking is Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe, ooh, 5. Ooh, 4, 5, 4, 4, 5. You know what? He set himself some high standards recently, so I'm gonna say a 4, really. You know, ain't no biggie. Still believe in Smith Rowe. Same way I still believe in Sabas right now. Sabas, you was good your last 2 games. Played poor, is what it is. You know, to be fair, forget the individual performances. Collectively, they all stood up to be counted and we did the thing. It is what it is. In terms of the subs, though, you know, William, on the time played, I'd give you a 7. Realistically, for all the subs, it's an NA for me. But I'd give William a 7. He got an assist and it was a brighter William game. 6, really. It was a meaty game by normal standards, but I think he done all right. Lacazette, NA, you know, El Nene /Chambers, them man there, it's a NA. They weren't on long enough. I'm missing out a Partey. You know, Partey, I think calm 6 when he came on. I think Partey was calm, you know, in a nice way. Just kept it basic, just playing like how a midfielder's supposed to play. You know, I will give it to Willian as well. In his little subs appearance, he weren't amazing, but it was a better reaction. It's like he's had enough of playing poor form and stuff. So shout out to Willian. Hopefully you can turn your form around and complicate things. You know, Smith Rowe, Ceballos, see a bit better. Everyone could have done a bit better because let's not get it twisted. Tierney was good today, but he had periods where he was poor. You know, this isn't going to be on Saka's highlights reel, the assist reel, but he weren't amazing. You know, Aubameyang, can't really ask more. Your job's to score and you're quite limited. You know, contrasting first and second half. I might not be Xhaka's biggest fan, but I'm not his biggest critic. He was poor today, but he can play better. Not really, you know, Gabriel second half, you start getting in personal battles and trying to outstrength people. Better performance from David Luiz. So a lot of people, there's a lot of contrast between how they're playing in the first and second half, apart from just being consistently poor. And obviously you can't ask more for I couldn't ask more for Leno in it. Like Leno, it weren't a game where you popped off bare saves. You couldn't do nothing for none of the goals. So it is what it is in that regards firmly, people. So that's my player rating. So yeah, if I had to give Arteta one, you know, if I had to give Arteta his rating, I'd give him a 7 because of your subs. You know, you brought on Willian, he made a madness happen. You started Odegaard, you kept on Odegaard. I wouldn't have started